Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to Fangirlz Assemble. We are here on a Sunday, regularly scheduled time.
That's right.
That may not continue because
It sure won't, y'all.
Chris is going to be, her schedule is messed up
Yeah.
this month.
Yep.
So we will see.
Sorry,
But
y'all.
we are
It will
starting
change.
off the month according to schedule. So hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Jesse, say what? Why'd you drop the Jesse? What's happening? Okay.
Yeah. Say what, Jesse?
James is here. Hello.
Hey, James.
Hope you're all doing well. I hope that everybody gets to, if you're in America, enjoy the Labor Day weekend. I am very thankful for an extra day off, personally. I will use it to, I don't know, film stuff for the side channel. And Gabby and Freddie are here. Hello.
Hey, all of our favorites are here.
So it is that time of the month. Hauls and reads time.
That's right. We're hauling and reading.
Kristan is going to be carrying the load of this because your girl Maddie has failed you. I'm sure I've read things.
This a failure.
I may have hauled things. I don't remember anything. So I'm just going to appreciate
check your
what
Goodreads while you were on the show.
I think I only read stuff for the show. I didn't even put my last couple of reads on Goodreads, I think.
Oh, Maddie.
I know.
Don't get behind.
I'm behind.
You'll hate it. Yeah.
I already hate it. So.
You know what I don't hate, though?
What?
That's InStockTrades.com, our wonderful sponsor, where you can get the best prices on your collected editions. Free shipping at $50 in the United States. Great packaging. Wonderful service. They're the best. Absolutely. They just are. And, every month we pick a book to be discounted, an extra percentage off. Not just one, actually, percentage off. Quite a few percentages off.
Yeah.
For the week of release, that is next week, next Tuesday, Buffy Deluxe to Volume 2 for the Boom Buffy series. They're very nice books. You probably remember us talking about Volume 1 and how beautiful it is.
I've got my copy right here.
Beautiful.
Well, I got my High School as Hell.
Yeah, that's it. Look at that.
And so, I feel like I'm perpetually I can't spend money. I'm sure that there are times that I did, and I'm paying for July, but I will be buying that one through InStockTrades.
We have to. We have to.
I've got to.
And I believe that cover, it's like cover 75. It's going to be quite a bit more off. And with our extra percentage during week of release, you'll want to get it Tuesday if you want to get it, because you're going to get money off. So it'll be all week though. So you have Tuesday to Tuesday. You're all good.
And if we're going to get it, slaves to the Buffy collecting, you have to.
You have to.
We're here forever.
Yeah. We will eventually be talking about Boom Buffy, and I can't wait.
High School as Hell? More like having to collect Buffy as hell.
That's the truth. That is the truth. Well,
I dropped my fidget ring.
Well, I think Maddie didn't haul anything. Is that right?
No, I did not haul a damn thing.
Okay.
That I can remember. I went a little hard in July, so I cooled it down this past month, which means
I hear you.
As far as I know, except for maybe some floppies, nothing.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do this the right way. I'm gonna start with things I actually purchased, and then we'll get to not stuff I stole. Don't worry. It's just stuff I borrowed from the library. So I didn't grab everything. Oh well. Oh, some of it I read. That's why. All right. So, Husband and Husband. Do you all know about them?
No.
Okay. So these are nonfiction, little one-pager comics.
Oh.
You can check out Husband and Husband on Instagram. They're two husbands, and they talk about their life and very simplistic art, but I really enjoy it. And these were really fun to read. They do Kickstarters for every volume, but there's a shop, so you can get them. Check out their Instagram. I think there's a link in their bio. But you can also see their comics on Instagram. And they're little just nonfiction things about their lives. They're very geeky, and that's fun. They talk about Pokemon a lot. We love that. Right? Just very cute.
But Kristan, some people that watch us, but not these people, would say that's virtue signaling.
That's true. That's true. We get some of that.
We're joking because some guy came in the chat Tuesday or Thursday. We're doing a show.
Yeah.
So I blocked him immediately. Virtue signaling.
I'm like, what did you expect when
I'm signaling some great virtues. That's what I'm doing.
I mean, Young Avengers, those two characters, pretty much the first page, they're dating.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Well, speaking of more virtue signaling, I also got a Kickstarter. Let's see, these, I always forget. So this originally came out in Hebrew, and it was translated, and they started a Kickstarter to get it translated and to publish it in English. And it's autobiographical, and it tells the story of daily life in Tel Aviv, Israel, through the eyes of a lesbian family dominated by two cats. Y'all.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all. So I had to get it. It's called Urban Tales. I'm sure you can, who published this? Soaring Penguin Press. You can probably check them out, I assume, and like still get this somewhere. I love the art style. It's very like sketchy, and there's a lot of words going on, y'all. But if you're into that, it looks very fun. I love how they draw their cats, and I haven't read it yet. So I'm just hauling it. I had to support it though, because I was like, this is really cool. It's unique. You know, it's a story that I haven't read about, so I'm interested in their life. And of course, there's cats involved.
I love it.
Robin loves it.
She does. She says she's here for it. Oh gosh, never mind. She's here for cuddling.
And I gotta say, for a Kickstarter especially, there's nice French flaps on this. It's a good, like, pretty big paperback, really, and it's pretty floppy. You know, it opens very nicely. We do. So that was very exciting to get. And the rest of my haul is library stuff.
I love it. I bring in the library haul.
Yeah, so here's my library haul.
I also want to do a library haul once I return my books. Scales and Scoundrels, can we review that? I have them.
Well, let's review it, girl. I grabbed these because I was like, Maddie's going to want to review it.
I do.
100%. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, we're in. So we're going to do this, y'all, sometime. I mean, we could...
Yeah, they're on my TKO shelf.
We could do it this month if you want. I don't think we've solidified what we're doing exactly.
Not really.
But
Freddie has those too. Freddie, come join us.
Oh, Freddie. Yeah, Freddie. Let's do it. We don't know what date it is yet, but we'll figure it out.
And mine came with cool cards when I ordered them.
Oh, yeah. Fancy. Ooh. That's so fun.
Look at that. Man, so I love TKO.
I think I read the first issue back when it was on, like, because this was an Image book.
Really?
Yeah, and I guess TKO picked it up. I don't know if it was canceled or what. I don't know the story, but
I'll do anything for TKO. You know?
And you know what? These don't smell weird. They must have changed some stuff.
They did. Well, and I am slightly bummed that it doesn't fit the same. It doesn't match the previous TKO volumes that came out. But it doesn't matter because they're really nice floppy trades. And they do match the other TKO trade that also had come out at the same time.
Right, I did notice that.
The colors of this.
Yeah. Yeah, these are nice. They're chunkier, though, which I kind of love, right? Freddie says he has the Image version, so that's exciting. I wonder if anything changed. I bet it didn't, because these covers are the same. But anyway, yeah, we could do that. We could totally do that.
Yes.
Of course.
I'm always down to talk about TKO. And you know what? Like, we could have gotten those sponsored again like we did with Wave 2. But honestly, I love TKO so much that I was like, I don't even care to bother. I will gladly
just grab them.
Like, give him the money for that because I really like it. They taller than the regular trades like the rest of TKO. No. So I don't want to stand up.
I was going to say, I'd have to like run over there and get mine.
I'll pull up pound for pound with Scales and Scoundrels. So here's a comparison. Oh my gosh. Hey, Robin. I'm doing a show. But here's a comparison.
It's quite
Robin's
a difference.
helping.
She's like, that one smells weird.
Yeah, so they don't quite match up like before. But they look great.
I do wonder why they changed that. Let's interview the TKO guy again, because we did that once, remember?
I would love to talk to him anyways, because I love following him on Twitter.
Oh yeah, he's entertaining. He's very entertaining.
Yeah, I love it. And like also, I feel bad I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but
I don't either.
He's also been doing this really great thing for the past year or so where he highlights a different Asian American creator on Twitter. And I think that's just really cool.
Yeah.
I like him.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because he also writes for TV and stuff a lot too, the owner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I also Maddie.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
So this is actually volume 0. And I know they come out sometimes later after the series started with the volume 0. And I'm kind of like, do I start here or do I not?
I don't know.
Does anyone in the chat who's read it maybe
I watched
know?
the anime, so I have no idea. And I'm tempted to read it, but I love the anime so much that I'm afraid that if I go ahead and read it, I won't watch it. And the animation's beautiful. I hope you love it. I hope you love the girl.
I'm excited. This is the only one my library had, so I was like, but I know it's on the Shonen Jump app.
A lot of them are sold out. Like, people are having a hard time getting their hands on Jujutsu Kaisen.
Well, and this was on order for like half the year, I feel like, because I'd put it on hold when I saw they ordered it.
What's that manga about? I will gladly tell you.
Maddie knows what's up.
So Jujutsu Kaisen is one of the next big, like, it's one of the most popular like shonen that came out this past few years. But basically, you have these group of people that are kind of like exorcists in a way, where they're fighting like evil spirits and things. And they do it a variety of ways. Some of them have like bonded with some sort of spirit to do that. But basically, you have to have the ability to see spirits. And the main character, he's one of those guys that's just like really nice and oblivious, typical shonen protagonist. But he kind of gets in the middle of it by accident. There's this evil demon from, thousands of years ago who they couldn't completely destroy his body. So they just separated different parts of him, especially his fingers. So the main character eats one of the fingers, and basically this guy is now like, is living inside his body. But because the main character is so like strong of will, he can kind of like push that guy back and utilize those powers. And that's like my short kind of description of what it is. But I really recommend it because I feel like if you're used to watching or reading shonen manga or anime, it's more than just your typical tropes. You see the tropes in there and you think they're going to act according to how they usually do. But there's something about it where the characters are just so much more dynamic than you expect. And I remember episode after episode just sitting with it and be like, I am really impressed by the depth of these characters because I expect it to be a certain way. Because I read enough shonen that even the best of manga, those characters fit their stereotype, right? But I don't see that here. And I don't know what it is about it, and I don't even know if I have the right words to describe how good it is. But and I think Elliot can agree with me. Elliot calls it Curse Boy Yummy Fingers. I love it. I love all the characters. They're hilarious. Also, there's a panda.
Love that.
He's called Panda. He is a panda. He's a student. Also, he's a panda.
What more can you want?
So Bleach meets Naruto and written well. Sounds interesting. I'll give it a look. I heard it's popular. It's very popular right now. I don't know about in your country, but I know here I watch on HBO Max, and the animation's very well done. But the manga you can read on the Shonen Jump app.
Awesome. Well, I grabbed another manga. This is Your Name, another side of Earthbound, which I hear is from like different perspectives from the main character.
Okay.
Something.
Did you watch the movie?
I read the manga.
Okay.
Which I really liked. I hear the movie is amazing, but
I mean, you should watch all of his films. But I'm always like, I will gladly sing the praises of Makoto Shinkai and Mamoru Hosoda any day.
I need to get there. I need to. But I was excited to see this because, it says Your Name through the eyes of their closest and most confused friends and family. So that'll be fun.
Great.
Yeah.
Especially with the body switching.
Right. So they're like, what's going on, probably? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, again, just new stuff I saw in my library.
Apparently there is. I didn't know.
I think it's just like 2 or 3. I think it's 3 volumes. And I really liked it. I haven't seen the movie. Watch it too. Yeah, I need to.
It's great. And my favorite Japanese band does the soundtrack.
Oh, fun. Love them. Stranger Things and Dungeons and Dragons. Y'all.
Ooh.
I just have to check it out.
Yeah,
the art looks fun. It's really like cartoony. I like that. It looks fun. I don't know. We'll see.
Have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
Oh man,
No.
I would love to DM for you and your husband because I feel like
Reed would kill it. I know
Reed
that.
would kill it. Reed would kill it.
He would be great. I know that from not ever having played it, but
Well, you would love it.
I know I would. It's one thing I've been interested in. My dad used to do it when he was a kid, you know.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about it from him, but I just kept picking up manga from my library. They had 3 volumes of Drifting Dragons.
Oh, I want to know how that is because
I've
it's
heard-
beautiful.
Yeah, I mean the covers alone look very nice, and that's all I know. There's dragons, and people have been
if
talking
anyone
about
in
it.
the chat knows anything, because I see that it looks like Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind to me, from like Hayao Miyazaki, and so I desperately want to read it.
Yeah, I like the interior art too. I mean, we'll see. I'm gonna try it out. Let's see. That's not in the right pile. Okay. I also picked up Seek You, A Journey Through American Loneliness. So this came out after the pandemic,
Okay.
but I think she started it during the pandemic. And from what I know, I think it's different stories, not just hers, a timely moving meditation on isolation and longing, both as individuals and as a society. So it's a wide-ranging exploration of our inner lives and public selves. This author digs into our attempts to feel closer to one another and the distance that remains. So there's a lot of words going on. I started those. I really like what I'm. You know how sometimes you open books and you're like, wow.
You know, some of them, some graphic novels have a lot of words going on. That has
a lot of words. There's a lot of words going on. But I did start it. I like what I'm hearing so far. Specific references to the pandemic. So, like, if you're not into that, then don't read this probably. But it sounds very interesting. Nonfiction. I love a good graphic work that's nonfiction, you know?
Yeah. Actually,
yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, my new bookmark's in here. How cute, right? That's horrible.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, in my library haul with picking up the trifecta.
Yes, Julia Takes a Breath. I'm so glad you're going to read it.
I can't tell you how many times I've checked out the novel.
So
like
are
a million times.
Are you going to do graphic novel or book first?
You know, I feel like I have to do it this way if I have it. And it's not that long, okay?
Well, that's so short.
I mean, it's just a smaller book.
Yeah.
It's like 250 pages, but it's small.
Okay.
I can't describe to you. I don't have a regular novel near me, but
I mean, I can see from here. It looks.
Yeah, you could tell from the trade, really.
Yeah, because the trade itself is pretty. It's a quick read. I mean, I read on Comixology and it was very quick.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I love the color work in this. Beautiful.
Ooh, it's so. I mean, honestly. Juliet Takes a Breath is such a 10 out of 10 for me. I mean, just absolutely 10 out of 10. So I'm curious about the novel because the graphic novel blew me away.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I've checked this out so much. So now that you're praising the graphic novel, I feel like I have to.
I love the graphic novel.
So we're doing both.
Francis, all I know is I'm trying to split my pre-orders between DCBS and TOW, so I feel like I'm not spending as much. Yeah, like I've got right now my pre-orders are split between like TFAW and Amazon. Like I've got fine print pre-ordered because I've been waiting for that forever. Because the minute that art dropped, I was like, succubi. I will be there. And I've been trying to describe that book to everybody forever before. The new manga I just read was called Rent a Girlfriend. Everyone's talking about Rent a Girlfriend.
I keep hearing about it too, and I'm like, I don't know why I'm hearing about it so much when, you know, you assume things from the title, right? But
yeah.
So I'm kind of interested.
Everyone's talking about it, so I'm here, and I know nothing about it, but I'm curious. So
I feel the same.
Feel free to sell it to me in the chat. That face. I mean, you know. My husband right now is probably like, oh my, yeah, of course. Me with my like literally from here Sunstone prints on the wall.
Love that for you.
It's fine. I hope my mother never comes into my basement.
You're not allowed down here.
Yeah, immediately she'd be like, why are all these statues of thick women? I don't know. I don't know why they're there.
Thank you for noticing their thick mother.
She wouldn't. Are you kidding?
I was gonna say. I don't think she'd
She'd just
drop
be
that
like,
word
we're
around.
not going to talk about this. Oh, you really decorated it down here.
A lot of ladies. Of decoration. Ladies.
And she's literally never watched the show. So when I did come out to her, it was like, if you'd watched the show ever, you would know. I know.
I mean, random strangers who want to make nice comments to us sure like to point out things. Yeah. It's a time.
Yeah, manga titles can either be overly descriptive or completely misleading. Absolutely.
So true.
Especially like in the past 5 years. Like it used to just be these really long titles were just like what you'd find at like episode titles. So, like I'm a huge fan of Slayers, and every Slayers episode title is ridiculous. And now it's the manga titles that are like that.
Yeah.
Kristan, hopefully next month Illyria Haunted. What?
James, you're ruining the surprise.
Wait, what?
So I guess I have to tell you because James ruined the surprise.
What?
That's okay, James. You're allowed. So James found an Amazon secondhand Haunted trade for like cover price. I think it's cover price at least.
Oh my god.
Now it had some descriptions of like there's rubbing on the cover, there's some problems with whatever. And I was like, I don't care. I'm just taking the risk. And then I was gonna like see how it arrived and then show you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm very excited. At least it'll be readable, I hope. So we'll have to share custody of it.
I'm happy with that. Listen, I literally cosplay Lena Inverse. I'll have to send you the picture sometime. But like, my husband cosplays Gowry. I have this like too expensive wig for that cosplay. Made my own like, what are these called? The shoulder armor? I don't know. I would love for you to watch Slayers, Kristan.
I apparently need to. Yeah,
I have the light novel. Sheba, did you see this? Where is it? I have it.
Oh, it's that like nice hardcover, right?
Did you already pick this up? They re-released this. It's really nice. It's the light novel, so it's like it's a novel, but yeah, it's not bad.
A novel.
It's like a real book. And the second book is coming out, I think, pretty soon. But like, look at that. That's so cool. But I need to read this eventually, but when? I've been busy exercising. So weird. For what? I don't know.
We gotta do stuff.
Yeah. I am getting this. You have to. It's so nice. Like, James told me about it because I didn't know it was coming out. And I was like, well, I can't not have it. That's my girl. That's my number one. Crazy woman. She's crazy. I love her. And Gowry is like, the blonde swordsman is like number one himbo. Like
one of those.
All himbos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Well, nice haul.
Oh,
what
thank
you
you.
been reading?
Well, I think you haven't read anything, right? Just checking in. Okay.
As far as I can tell, no.
Okay.
Unless I have like forgotten it and didn't put in Goodreads, which is possible.
I get it. It happens.
I remember nothing. So.
Well, on the show.
Oh, actually, I've read like 1 million webcomics.
Oh, fun. Tell me about
I'll
them.
let you go. Okay, I guess I'm good.
Yeah.
Let me pull them up. Oh, I read one that I think you'd like called Suitor Armor.
Okay.
And basically, it's about this girl who's like a fairy, and she lives in this human world. And she's been adopted by like a princess. She's like her handmaid or whatever, and that human kingdom is fighting the fairies, and so she has to pretend that she's not. So she's been hiding her wings since like she was a child, and the alchemist brings in this like suit of armor that he's animated to fight in this like tournament, and he wins, and the suit of armor is kind of already fallen in love with the fairy woman. It feels very like Full Metal Alchemist kind of like the look of that guy, and it's all about her kind of learning more about her past, while also like this armor ends up being like more personable and more personality and life to him that they thought, not just like a fighting person. And they fall in love. It's not done yet, but I really like it.
Oh, that's nice.
And I also read, I'm just reading romance ones on Webtoon. Love Me Not, and the Not is written Knot. OT. OT. And I think it's by a Korean artist, but basically this girl has grown up being able to see the red rings of fate or red strings of fate. Have you ever heard of that? It's more common in like Asian.
Yeah.
And so basically in this comic, everyone has a red string on their pinky that is tied to their soulmate. And so hers, she sees a red string, but it's cut off. So it's not connected to anything. And she sees everyone else's red string, and she can see who it's connected to. So basically she doesn't want to get a relationship or ever meet anybody because she knows that she's not their soulmate. Until she goes to college and she sees a guy who has a string just like hers that's cut off, who could also see strings. And then she meets another person like that. And so it's really
that's
cute.
Fun.
It's got some stereotypical rom-com sort of feel, but I really enjoy it. She's a fun main character because she's kind of like the one that can be pretty but usually dresses lazy, who is just starting to kind of like these guys. But is it because she actually likes them, or is it because they also have a cut off red string? So she's not sure if one of them is their soulmate or whatever. So
I mean, that sounds fun. I like that.
Oh, I got hooked on Mage and the Demon Queen these days. Fun and hilarious and adorable at the same time. I thought about reading that. It's also like a webtoon, and I think it's gay. Ship is it gay? I think it looked like it
We
was.
need to know.
That's on my list. Hi, Big Elmer Crud. It's hard to say that. Big Elmer Crud.
Yeah, thanks for being here. You could fangirl out with us.
Yeah. Anyways, I did read those.
Well,
so.
that's exciting. I need to get into more of webtoons and stuff like that.
It's fun. There's some really fun stuff in there. I mean, and Lore Olympus for sure if you haven't read that.
I haven't.
Confirmation, it is gay.
No,
okay,
nice.
I will read Mage and the Demon Queen.
Before you were like, nah. And now you're like, okay.
I trust you.
Yeah, of course.
Scared.
Well, what I was going to say earlier, on the show, one of my favorite things to do, at least, I know you enjoy it too, is go to the library and get some kids' graphic novels, right?
I love kids' graphic novels. They're for everybody.
Yeah.
All these people like, I only read adult comics. You're missing out. All
ages, man. Yeah.
Just as deep.
Yeah,
Poison
absolutely.
Ivy comic is young adult. She killed her dad.
Oh, yeah.
So really, it's
y'all, what was that? Yeah, well, Monster Friends. I picked this up because of the cover. Look at this cover. Come on now. And I loved it so much. Let me show you some of this, okay? Can we just... So it's about these two main characters, this little monster guy, and he's kind of grumpy in life, okay? But this little, like, rabbit-like monster friend that shows up and just kind of like, hi, how are you? Just real, real positive to his grumpiness. And they form a friendship because of course they do.
Of course they do.
And it's lovely. He's in this town that like he, isn't used to, doesn't know much about, and he meets all these people and these friends, and it's just a good time. It's lovely. I loved it. I love the art throughout this.
That is so cute.
And it gave me the feel, so I feel like you would really love it.
I'm in.
I think anyone would love it, but yeah, Monster Friends.
Monster and Friends in the title. I don't need to know anything else.
That's all you need.
Maybe because I've been playing a lot of Digimon.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in.
Yep. Another thing I think you would very much enjoy is Paul Casso.
Paul Casso!
So...
I'm gonna cry just because... I mean, partly the wide, but because it's cute.
Yeah, it's very cute. So this girl... She runs into this dog he's shopping at the grocery store. He has a basket. He has a grocery list. He goes up to like the cashier, and the cashier's like, okay, we'll help you out, we'll get all your stuff, and he's all alone, and she's like, what's the deal with this dog? What's happening with this dog just walking around, right? So these people, and she doesn't have friends, of course, like she's having a hard time fitting in. People think she's weird, of course. She's got a lot going on in her family. And there are these kids taking an art class at like the library or something. And they mistake the dog for hers because she's hanging out with the dog. Yeah. And she kept trying to tell them, oh, it's not. And they kept interrupting, like, oh, can you bring him? What's his name? Blah, blah, blah. So she's like, Picasso. So, because they were doing a whole study on Picasso at the time. The kids at the art.
Picasso is a great name.
Of course, right? So she starts bringing the dog to their class to be a model, and she makes all these great friends, and they're weird like her, and it's lovely. And of course, eventually, they found out the dog's not hers, and stuff goes down, right? It's so good, though. It's such a feel-good, lovely, again, great all-ages tale.
So
it's so cute. It's lovely, and it's a good time. Picked it out because of the title, of course, right?
Love it.
So good. Another great one, How to Be Ace, and Memoir of Growing Up Asexual.
Aww.
This was in the young adult section of my library.
That is really, really sweet. I'm so thankful that there's something like out there.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely. And she tells about her life growing up and not understanding herself, and how there isn't representation for asexuality pretty much anywhere. It's definitely not in the comics she read. She loved comics. She loved drawing. Again, people made fun of her for not being interested in the things they were interested in, and like her feelings. And I loved her art style. But she goes through her whole life, getting to that point. And there's a lot of like education in this. So if you don't know a lot about it and you're interested, like, she lets you know.
So special, because I've known so many people in my life that are asexual and grew up thinking that they were broken because they weren't having the same like thoughts and conversations that they're like friends
and she uses that word,
and or thinking like, okay, am I gay? Well, no, it doesn't really make sense for me, and then just really struggling forever, thinking, okay, this isn't a path for me, and not having the words.
Yeah,
so that is so sweet.
And it's wonderful. And I love that, like, you get to, know her story, how she went through her life, and she didn't see this anywhere, and she didn't know the words for it. Even her therapist was just like, you're fine. You'll do stuff eventually.
Right, the late bloomer.
Yeah. So for her to be like, okay, go through her whole life, finally understand what's going on, help educate whoever's reading this too, and create her own representation, right? Like, this is so wonderful. This is in the nonfiction section of graphic novels in the library for like teens, right? Like, that's amazing that she got to create that, right? I don't know. I love that. This is like probably the first comic form where I've seen such representation. Yeah, which is crazy because I can't. And we read diversely, Yeah. And I can't think of an
asexual character. I mean, at least not named.
Right. Well, and she even mentions, the kind of media when it's pretty much non-existent still, and when it does, it looks like she mentions Sherlock and Dexter, and Jughead, who was canon asexual, and she even mentioned that, and they took it away when he went to the TV. Yeah. He was in a relationship.
The only person I can think of is one of the main characters in BoJack Horseman, because that was a really big deal.
That's cool.
And I can't really think of anyone else. It's always just been kind of like headcanon, like like you and I, I fully believe that Luffy from One Piece is asexual. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. 100%, yeah.
He obviously does not have those thoughts. Very different. It's not a shonen protagonist thing, because Naruto is very not.
Yeah.
But Luffy very much that's obviously not something that's there.
Right.
That makes me so happy.
And I even love where, like, there's a little moment, I just happen to flip to the page, where she talks about watching Good Omens, and it feeling like the first time she sees that kind of representation for herself. And she's walking away with her partner, and she's like, wow, representation really feels amazing.
Yeah, it does.
And it's just such a little thing, right? And she even talks about Neil Gaiman pretty, like, confirming it, right? And it is a representation of a relationship that doesn't even have to be a certain way, right? Because there's a lot of Love that. Love this whole thing. It made me feel
Representation,
good.
you know what? I think that's a great response. Representation feels good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, we have to deal with this all the time as people who read the books that we do, where people are like, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Oh,
Mhm.
absolutely. Okay, listen. I have talked about this to so many people because in fine print, he already released like a little bit of snippet of it, but like there's different succubuses and incubi and whatever. But one of them is Ace, and she writes like romance novels or whatever, like spicy books, and she makes a contract with Incubus. But obviously he can't. She doesn't want that from him, right? You need it from him. So now they're like roommates, and he just helps her, like teaches her things, and now he like is her editor, which I think is
That's
such
fun.
a great bit. And I have told people about this for like the 2 years since you've announced like this might happen. I'm like, guys, isn't this hilarious? Isn't this a great bit? I'm like, yes, that's perfect. Like,
That's really fun.
chef's kiss.
So anyway, you need to read this because it's great.
I'm in.
That's so good.
I really want to like. I don't know. If I was a teacher, I'd definitely have like a little collection of those types of books. And
Yeah.
I thought about just having mine at my house anyways for when like eventually I have kids or whatever. Just
Mhm.
so it's like, hey,
Yeah, I love that too, right?
read all
It's
the
like,
things.
here, help yourself. Maybe
Yeah.
you're feeling these things and you don't even understand them,
Yeah.
Love that so much. So much. So, I actually didn't finish this. Does it count? I'm almost done with this?
Yeah.
I'll talk about it. Okay.
Go ahead.
Superwomen in Love. Honey Trap and Rapid Rabbit. That's their superhero names, right? Well, one's a
No.
villainess, right? Because of course. So,
No, as a villain, Honey Trap.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, is that right? I think that's right. Yeah. So, of course, this starts out by, Honey Trap is the villainess, and she always goes up against Rapid Rabbit.
And of course
Well,
they're in love.
Yeah, so when Rapid Rabbit has like her getup on, her hero getup, I'm trying to find it. It's like a kind of like a mecha looking rabbit situation,
Oh, so cool.
right? Okay, and so you never really see her face. Well,
Yeah.
at some point, like she takes her thing off at the beginning, right? And so the villainess sees her face, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, she's totally my type," right? Just immediately, it's the first thing you're
Love
in.
it. I'm in.
And from then on, Honey Trap's like, I can't be a villain anymore because I cannot destroy her. Because there gets to it's toward the beginning, but she gets to a moment they're fighting, and she's like, I can't do it because she had a
That's
moment
like
where she could have
every
destroyed her.
fanfiction ever.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
So it's very fun.
Love
Of
it.
course, I think you need it.
I need it.
So
This is great.
I know. It's 7 C's. Check it out. It's just it makes me laugh because I'm like, of course, this is so stupid, but it's great. Like,
Exactly what I want in a book. Right?
yes, of course.
Because I want that in like the regular like big two stuff I read sometimes. So I'm like, yes, this is-
Right?
thank you. I
Right?
want stupid like, because some of those superhero villains are in love with each other.
100%.
We all know which ones.
Yeah, we do.
We all know which ones. So absolutely,
Yeah.
love it.
Good times. I also read, I guess it's Lila and the Accidental Witch.
Oh, cute.
This is by Eleanor Cruz, who did the Times I Thought I Was Gay, or that book that I talked
Right.
about and loved. Yeah. And it was so good. And that was about her life. This is fiction. And I loved it. So it's about, I think she's like 12, like a 12-year-old girl. And she goes to visit her aunt. And I think it's all in Italy. It's been a bit since I read it. But her aunt is a secret witch, because of course she is. And she leaves a book for Lila to find about magic.
Yeah.
And of course Lila does. And the whole time there's this cat there, which of course the cat can
I
talk.
mean-
The cat's been around forever.
Yeah.
Of course.
naturally.
Of course. So the cat's there to like protect her. And she's dealing with a lot of stuff. There's a boy who has a crush on her, and her sister all about trying to get her to hang out with this boy. She doesn't like the boy because she doesn't like boys. Okay. And that's the whole thing she's dealing with, as well as realizing, oh no, I'm totally a witch. Like I've got these powers and things are happening. Right. So it was a nice coming of age, like witch story. And I loved it. I loved it a lot. It was a good time. So yeah, if you're into witches and magic and
Yes.
nice fictional all ages journeys through life. This is a good one. That's a good one. I also read Long Distance by Whitney Gardner.
Oh, it's cute.
And it's also very cute. Again, great all ages tale. Love the art. It's a good time.
Everyone wants to read all ages. What a
I
nice
know.
like, treat they are.
They really are. So this main character, she has a best friend, and of course, the best friend moves or they move, and there's long distance there, and they maintain that pretty well at first. And then things start happening, and her friend isn't replying, and she has to go to this camp to make friends. And it's literally a camp that's designed for lonely kids, I guess, right?
Oh,
well,
no.
There's something else going on at this camp. And they start to realize there's some weird things happening. All of the counselors are acting kind of like robots. Like, it's very strange. They realize this rock is fake. What's going on here? So I won't tell you what's going on here.
Man, no one is as good at selling books as you. I swear, I wish, I know you have your own channel, but I wish that it was just a bunch of you doing videos all the time about books or TikToks.
I should just post on my channel. You're right. I should.
Like, you should get TikTok just for these short ones, because honestly, you sell books so well. I'm always immediately like, well, Kristan killed it. Yeah, I have to buy this too.
That makes me happy because I feel stupid when I'm talking about these things.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Makes me happy.
But yeah, it's told me on that 3 times.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, Freddie.
And
James
it was asked, great. Cabin in the Woods vibe?
Not as intense as Cabin in the Woods.
Man, I love Cabin in the Woods, though. Where's that comic?
There's something going on.
Don't have Joss Whedon do it. Have somebody else.
Yeah. Just take the other great Buffy creators.
Inspired by, and go ahead and make it.
Grab like Marty Noxon and Jane Espenson, throw them on it. Yeah. They need to be doing comics. What's going on with them?
You know.
But yeah, this was great too. And I have to talk about Cat Ninja because
of course.
Because of course I do. And I loved it. I mean, y'all, so there's this cat ninja who battles evil in town. Okay. And then he goes home to be his regular cat with his owner. There he is as a regular cat. And his owner doesn't know this, and there are these 2 kids whose parents are like dealing with like a divorce or separation. And, there's all that. While at the same time, the cat and the hamster of the girl. So there's a brother-sister team. Yeah. The sister, owns the hamster. The boy owns the cat. And the cat is the hero. And the hamster is an evil villain because, of course. No. Who's like in a ball on a head of a
love
robot.
It, even better.
Come on now. And it's so like, I love the art style. It's such a like funny, I feel like it's a funny cartoon that like we would have watched growing up kind of thing.
That's how I feel about Pizza Dog.
Yeah.
I'll die.
It's got these vibes. There's evil villains, of course. There's a lot going on. It's a good time. It's very fun. So Cat Ninja.
That's so fun.
Just have some fun. Get Cat Ninja.
Everyone should read.
Y'all?
Like, diversify your books.
Yeah.
Read some books that are fun.
Yes.
For kids.
Yes.
It does. James, I was thinking the same exact thing. That does sound like Parrot the Platypus. And I hit Phineas and Ferb towards the end, so I wasn't super into it, but...
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of it, but I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And of course, The Way the House Husband, Volume 5. Y'all, it's so good. It's just so good.
He is everything.
It's so good.
Perfect. And also, there's a new live action for that, too.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, but it's not technically it is Way of the House Husband, but it's more like I wonder if they filmed it this way because of COVID, but it's just him being like super hardcore about cleaning certain things in the house.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, but I like it.
That's fun.
So he's just very intense about it's kind of relaxing. Like the first episode, he's showing you how to like properly sharpen a knife and make a cup of coffee. But he's really intense about it, and it's kind of relaxing. And it made me want to like do it. It's like, yeah, I want to make a cup of coffee like that, as if I'd ever have the attention span. But
I hear you.
Man, he's just a dream man, really.
It's
I would
really the
marry the hell
best.
out of him.
Every chapter is its own funny bit, and they're all get like this one. You know, he runs into like one of his former crew members on the street, or like I guess opposing. You know,
Yeah.
and they have a rap battle, and
course.
and it's very
Naturally.
tame for a rap battle because of course it is. And at the end, he says, "Your threads are hella whack," and that guy made this face, and he goes, "Nuh-uh," and he gets real sad. And so
Oh.
the house husband goes, "Hey, sorry," and the onlooker's like, "He apologized," and they're very because like he's just a sweet guy, y'all. He's just a sweet guy. He apologized.
He's seriously my dream man.
I mean, it's
You know?
great. It really is great.
You know, I was thinking about that too. That's the other one, my love story. That also like that's like I think my most recommended shoujo, honestly.
Oh, it's
because
so
I
good.
feel like talking about the way that something circumvents like stereotypes. My love story
Yeah.
is in the perfect way.
I totally agree.
I love Takeo so much. Another dream man.
The best.
Honestly,
Sweet big boy. Yeah.
he's perfect.
He's so great.
Doesn't know how to hold hands,
No.
and I think that's sweet.
It's lovely.
Lovely.
Lovely. Speaking of lovely, I'm just going to again mention so they go to, him and his wife go to a buffet and they got to deal with like what you get when, and you got to worry about the rush of like these ladies that are there.
Obasans.
Right?
Absolutely. Just like
Yeah.
he fights the Obasans at the supermarket.
Exactly.
And honestly,
And they keep coming up and it's so fun.
it's a very
I love
real
it.
experience.
Yeah.
They are scary.
It's so good. It's so
Oh.
good. So, you know, she just wants some wholesomeness, really. That's it. This is it. It's
so good.
it'll make you feel nice. What won't make you feel nice is blood on the tracks, which is still like really creepy and kind of terrible and will make you feel bad. But if you want a good thriller kind of creepy, you're gonna feel real weird the whole time you read it.
Yeah.
It's Blood on the Tracks, which is continues to be really good and upsetting.
Love it. I need to
Really
check
good
it
and
out.
upsetting. Yeah, you're gonna.
I'm kind of in the mood, and I
Yeah.
guess when October hits, think about books like that because I'm kind of in the mood.
Yeah.
To, like, and we maybe want to take like a month off of One Piece for that, just to get more spooky books in. But like, I'm in the mood for some spooky stuff, real bad.
Yeah, I'm in. I am too. Well, I'm down to my last two,
Ooh, yeah.
which were my favorite probably reads of the month.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Two for totally different reasons. One is volume 2 of Donuts Under a Crescent Moon.
That looks adorable. Also,
Which
I love
is-
donuts.
Just an adorable Yuri about these two women who work together and they share donuts once on lunch break, and then it's like their thing, right? And the one woman is very much a loner.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a lot going on in her life, and she's just focused on her career. She loves her sister, but her sister's trying to get them together. It's a whole thing. It's
Yeah.
just very sweet. It's one of those Yuris where you're just like, I just want to see them hold hands and share donuts.
I
Okay.
love that. And when are we going to
And
get a
it's
damn
lovely.
reading app for stuff like this? Damn it!
I'm
Shoujo
telling you.
Beat needs to have their app too.
I'm telling you.
I need this.
It's just
I need
lovely.
to be able to sit and read stuff like this all day when I need
Yeah.
it.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
makes me
You just
feel
want
good.
some nice, feel good wholesomeness. That's what I want.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's what I want.
So
And I want to be able to pay like $15 a month to be able to read as much as I want every day
Yes.
when I feel like it. That's self-care.
100%. That's what that is. You're right.
Yeah, because I don't want
This
to read
just
it
makes me
illegally
feel nice.
anymore. I'm 30, and I would like to read manga legally now. Please.
That's why I run to the store and get the donut book. I mean, I'm just like, this is what I have to do now because makes me feel nice. Well, what I ran to my library for though, and I'll tell you what, I didn't know what this was going to be. I just
Mhm.
kept hearing the title of this manga. And I want to know if you've heard about it because
Okay.
I loved it so much.
Okay.
I loved it so much. Boys Run the Riot. Are you familiar?
Okay. I've been dying to read it. So I read the
Oh my gosh.
first chapter of it because it was released ahead of time.
Okay.
About the trans man, right, who wanted to get into designing
Yep.
clothes or whatever.
Yep.
Oh my god. I flipped out. How is it? I want to read it
Oh
so
my
bad.
gosh.
It looks so
Which-
good.
I didn't even notice when I'd been seeing this cover online. I kind of just noticed. But if you go down, okay, like there's more going. Like I didn't even notice. So that's a great cover. Okay. So you got the trans guy here, right?
I didn't realize it was out either.
Oh, it's so good. It's like there's 2 volumes out. I grabbed the other one. I haven't read this yet.
Oh, flip my laptop.
just toss it. It's so good. So yeah, the main trans character who's realizing who they are, and I mean they've known, right? And he's like dealing with school stuff, and people think he's really weird. And he goes to a school where you have to wear school uniform, and the girls have to dress in skirts. So every day, like, he pretends he forgot he's wearing like a track outfit, and he's just like, can't wear my, So they all think he's weird. And this guy shows up.
Who's like, you look so cool. And he's like, but I'm a boy. He's like, yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
Yes. He shows up, and I'm like, oh, this is like the kind of stereotypical dude who you think is gonna like beat up the main character.
Again,
but instead,
my dream guy.
Yeah, but instead, of course, befriends the main character and is like, hey, yeah, you look real cool. Yeah, I'd say slice of life, because it ultimately is about these two starting a fashion brand together and dealing with life and, learning about each other. And, because eventually the main character, the only person he's ever told, like, hey, I'm a guy, don't, like, talk to me like this, like, don't assume these things about me, and this is why things are terrible, because I am a guy like you, right? And it's so good. It's so good.
I don't think you can read the first chapter online if you look up Boys Run the Riot, because I think you can. I think they have it. You can read the first bit to see how you feel about it. But I remember loving it.
It's so good. I really like the art. It's all just, I think, really well done. And I'm like, man, I don't know of another manga that I've read that features a trans character, especially as the main character. At least I don't even know if I can think of any at all, though.
There's been a lot that you can consider gender fluid or non-binary, but like, sorry. But I haven't seen a lot like truly trans characters, really, except for like, oh gosh, Wonder Egg Priority. It's like an anime that I don't know about the manga. They have a trans character, and that was really cool because the trans character, I think, also met a character that like looks like they would be trans. Like, people see her as being more masculine, the prince type, but she's like, no, I'm a woman, I'm a girl. Like, don't let that get in the way of what you don't put that on me, whatever your thoughts are. Like, I am me. That's just how I look, and I'm tall, And so it was a really great like conversation. But that's the first time I've seen it done so well. And even like a lot of American comics don't do as well as this did.
I totally agree, and that's what really like, because I wondered how it would be, right? It's a different culture, different experiences, but I loved this. Love this. There's 2 out. I think one's coming out at the end of the month, so grab them. They're great.
I need it.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah,
you're gonna love it.
Again, can just like scream out to the internet, make a better manga online streaming whatever system. Yes. I will gladly pay more than I would pay for other streaming services for that.
Well, and this is Kodansha. Just start your own Kodansha. What are you doing?
They could make a lot of extra money because like still the price of manga is rising, and not that like it takes a lot for me to consider buying a manga. I have to be really into it because of the price and because of how fast I read it. You know how fast I read. Yeah. And I read manga even faster. I always have. And so it has to be really worth it. Like, I buy all of Witch Hat Atelier because I'm committed.
That's so good. Yeah.
So good. But not for everything, though. I'd rather just read it first and then see how I feel. I mean, I do regret never buying Mars. If anyone ever sells that box, like all of it, I'll buy it. But
yeah, that's what I read. Again, this is maybe my favorite of the whole month because it's so good.
You have the best taste. You know, people on the internet, they're going
Thank
to
you.
other people for their comic taste, and they're wrong. They should be going to
I
you.
appreciate that. I do. One day I'll actually post on my channel more. I'll talk about this stuff in depth. Will I?
That's
Probably not.
No, me either.
We'll see.
You know? I'm on like 3 channels now. Am I gonna do any more?
You're just juggling. You're killing it.
Killing it? I don't know.
I think you're
Procrastinating?
killing
Yeah.
it.
We're filming some stuff tomorrow, like our favorite Netflix cartoons or whatever. We're doing
Oh,
a video.
fun.
And I should throw in another video while Tina's here, like an anime or something, but I can't think of any topics, so I don't know. I'm struggling. What do people want me to talk about? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I don't know. Here's some board games.
Just go live and talk about
Live.
whatever. That's what you
It's
do.
just me going live and being like,
Yeah.
here's all the reasons
guys.
why I think Suikoden 2 is the best JRPG ever.
Beautiful. Hey, there's people into that.
Here's my collection. Let me recite all 108 characters to you and how you can recruit them. Thank you.
I would watch that, and I'm not even familiar. I would watch it. I'd be like, man, this girl's really into this. That's fun
I'm
for her.
very into it. Very into it. Like, let me describe all of the lore. And why I'm so
Love
sad
that.
that Konami hates me. Because I love Silent Hill and Suikoden, and they hate me. And so that's why I can't have any more of either of them. The
Sad day.
Yeah.
Ended on a downer.
And Upper, I watched Shang-Chi.
Oh, yeah.
It's fantastic.
Oh, that's exciting.
And a colleague of mine is even in the credits.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. People in the chat, in case you don't know, I lived in China. And I work in a related field. But yeah, I had no idea she was in the credits. I was like, I haven't had a chance to talk to her.
What does she do?
I kind of dropped it because the only person I know that also plays Suikoden. I just need you to know that because it's my favorite thing, and I appreciate that you know what it is. But yeah, I don't know what she did about it, or what did with it. But for those of you who are thinking about seeing Shang-Chi, it's great. And there is a scene where they go to like a karaoke box, and a friend I was with was like, "What are they doing?" And I was like, "No, this is peak Asian culture." It was Jessica Ashcraft.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, you don't understand. Karaoke boxes are everything. I once went for 6 hours.
It's
like,
amazing.
What do you do? Just sing with your friends? I said, yeah. You go, you sing with your friends, and you do karaoke just together. It's perfect. It's great.
It's pretty great.
But I think you'll like it a lot.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I saw it because it was like a friend of Jessica's rented out the theater, so I was like, it'll be safe.
Oh, nice.
Gotta watch Shang-Chi. I need a new movie buddy since it's not on Disney Plus. Yeah, that sucks.
That's
Well,
it sucks because like you know where I am, and I'm not going out with these people.
Not for a second.
No,
Like,
I'm not.
It used to be better in our town because like we have one of those places where you can see a movie and eat, which is great. And that place was really good because they enforce social distancing, like the way that the seats are laid out. But because they rolled back, it's now seat to seat, and so it's not safe anymore.
It's hard.
And our governor, as you know, can't enforce the mask mandate. So even the numbers are higher than they were last year. There's literally nothing we can do.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, cool. I can't go anywhere anymore.
It's a bummer. So I'm just like, yeah, I really want to see that. I'm not going to right now. So
I got lucky that we rented out the theater, and we might rent out the theater for work too, but like, no.
Yeah, I get it.
Dune is my most anticipated movie. I'm seeing that in IMAX. The whole experience needs to be perfect. I'm really excited about
exciting.
Dune.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I never read it, but it looks fun.
I watched the miniseries when I was young. I remember loving it.
Yeah, that's fun. I mean, that cast is great. So
yeah. I'm trying to think what else is up. The only other thing that's up is that you and I both get to watch The Circle next week. Gabby.
Oh my gosh.
Now, Gabby, I'm asking you this, which I feel like I'm stereotyping you because of your gender. But are you watching The Circle?
Please tell us you're watching The Circle, and if you're not,
we watched The Circle, and we're very excited for it today.
And here's the deal: like for anyone watching who's like, "What? Okay, I hadn't watched this. I don't watch a ton of reality, right? It's just not usually my thing. But I tried this upon Maddie's recommendation, and another friend of mine who was talking about it too.
I don't watch reality shows,
and I was like, I'm in. I'm hooked. I got all about it. It made me feel things. So the characters, they're real people, but they were great.
They're great.
I mean, it's so good.
For season 3 looks so good.
Yeah, the woman who hosts, she's amazing, right? She's great.
Absolutely.
She kills it.
So ready. Oh,
so good.
What is The Circle? Okay, so I'm sorry for anybody else who watches this show, and we tell them every week.
Yeah,
because that's all this is. Every week we're like, it's coming. But basically, it feels like very COVID appropriate. But this came out before COVID. Everyone is in a room by themselves, and you can't talk to their contestants. You can only like talk to them through like a social media. Like basically, like Circle, message this person and type this out. Put these emojis, hashtags, whatever.
It's all just text and picture based.
Yeah.
And emoji based.
No one sees each other. And the trick is that there's a few people that are catfishes. So it's people pretending to be other people. And so you have to be the most popular one, and that's how you get to the end. And if you're least popular, you get voted off. You get replaced with someone else. But there's something about it that's just season 1 was very wholesome in a weird way, and it got me hooked to the whole premise.
Absolutely agree.
And there's something about it.
Season 2 is great too. I love the twists in it.
Yeah.
Things that you didn't expect to happen. And I will say, it sounds like a popularity contest. It's not all, they don't always vote like that, right? Sometimes they vote for the person who needs to leave the circle, like their favorite even, because they're really good at playing this game. They're really good at making friends.
I don't want
they're
them
really
to get higher than me.
Yeah. So sometimes it's like, if you're really popular, you may get voted off because people are like, you're going to be the one, right? It's interesting.
This could be a manga or a comic, because honestly, there's a lot of manga that's like this, but like with deadly stakes.
Right.
Like, I would love if I could find a way for us to both read Liar Game, which is also a live action show. It's very good. I would love for us to do that, because there's a similar voting mechanic. Like there's some gambling in there. That kind of thing I really love. Ugh.
It's just fascinating.
Either of you watched Only Murders in the Building on Hulu? It's very good. Yes, I've watched all 3 episodes that are out right now. I love it.
And I'm going to. And I'm going to love it too. 100%. I already know.
Yeah.
I keep seeing the promos and I'm like, I have to watch this.
I rewatched with my mom on Thursday.
Love that.
I'm obsessed with it. Sounds like Drag Race All-Stars where the queens eliminate each other instead of RuPaul doing it. I'm not a big... Isn't that bad? I'm not a big Drag Race person. I'm not a big RuPaul person.
If there was an easy way to stream this, I would watch it. I'd watch it, I feel like. I've never watched an episode, but I love like Ross Matthews. So...
I mean, I love drag shows in person, but... You know. Well, I guess that's most of our show. I wish I had more to talk about, but...
I'm just glad I had enough.
You killed it. It was great. And honestly, like, how very entertaining for me.
I'm glad you had a good time.
I have a great time. I can listen to you talk about books all the time.
Oh,
honestly.
Oh, good, because you have to. Oh.
We've been doing this for 3 years.
Oh, that's so weird, isn't it?
Isn't that weird?
That's so weird.
We lived a life before each other.
Yeah, what was that like? I can't remember.
Platonic soulmates separated by only 3 hours, never knowing.
Yeah.
And then you came into my life, and then after every episode, I would run to Elliot and say, "Oh, I love her so much." And so now when shows are done, I walk upstairs and he's like, "Do you love Kristan?"
Love this. I love this so much.
I love her more than anything. We are in this together. It is my relaxation time of the week.
We just chill. We appreciate everyone in the chat, by the way.
We're soulmates. I think our husbands know this.
Yeah. It's happening.
If anything happens to them, we're going to get a house together with like 1 million cats.
Oh,
Not a million cats. Too many cats. An appropriate amount of cats.
an appropriate amount, yes.
And a way too large library.
Oh my gosh, how will we? How will we?
And honestly, I'm gonna go and request it. I want matching shirts.
Yeah.
I need matching best
Yes.
friend shirts.
Yes.
Ooh, and friendship bracelets.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 100%. Ooh, can we do puzzles together?
I love puzzles.
Reed won't do puzzles with me. Can we do
I
puzzles together?
love puzzles. Also, can we go to
Good.
JCPenney and do those really cheesy pictures where we dress like we're in the 90s?
Yes. Yes, with the
Let's do
backgrounds of
that.
like gray, like yeah.
We'll do that, and then we'll
Yes.
make it into Fangirlz t-shirts.
Done.
Could you imagine a t-shirt of
Maybe
me and
one of y'all
Kristan
would
like
get
this?
it. Yeah.
With like really big glass.
Ooh, we'll bring a stack of our favorite Omnis and we'll lay our stop, right?
Okay, I need you to pick a weekend for me to drive down
Oh
here
my gosh.
so we can go to the local JCPenney in the dead mall that no one goes to.
Well,
And
it may be gone by that time. I mean, it's so dead.
we'll find other place. That whole town is littered with businesses that should have closed
Yeah, it's not
20
good.
years ago.
It's not good.
It's fine. We'll,
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
I
Love that.
love it. I will
Yeah.
I'll just blow up the picture in my room. I'll put it behind me like
Every Fangirl show will just be that behind us. We'll start every show like,
we'll do a Jess of the Omnidog mask and we just like
Yes.
put the picture.
oh my gosh, yes, that's a great idea.
No, we'll be like those people that have little intros to their shows.
Oh,
on
yes.
their live shows, and we'll put it to like
Yes.
some ska music. And
Yes.
Reed make us a song.
Yes, he can. Absolutely. I'm not asking him. He's doing it.
The
Yes.
Golden Girls theme song play in the background.
Oh my
basically.
gosh. Yeah. Love this.
I'll sing it really bad on purpose.
Yeah. I'll sing it really bad because that's the only way I can sing. It'll be great.
That'd be great.
Love it.
Man, I love this. I don't know if everybody
Yeah.
else does. I don't know
Well-
if the show's even interesting. People are watching it. Thank you.
Yeah, we
I think
appreciate
we're
all of you right now.
But I appreciate
Thank you.
you. I love you.
We have fun. We're just hanging out, you know.
It's dicking around.
That's
with-
right.
Can that be in the theme song?
Oh my gosh. It
Dicking
has
around
to.
with Maddie and Kristan.
Yeah.
Talking books and talking about other stuff. And cats.
Yes. Okay, you just
That's
wrote
the
it.
single.
That's it. I love everything about
We
that.
talk about the circle for way too long. It's not about comics.
Love this. Love this. Love this. Add a line about
Also,
us
they hate
forgetting.
Warren Ellis. Did it?
Yes, she went there. Add a line about virtue signaling and
Yeah, Alphabet
That's-
Mafia. I don't know.
yeah, us forgetting every One Piece character name, maybe. Yeah, it'll be great. By us, I mean me, but it's fine.
Listen. The only reason I know any of those is because I am very in the community. I would not
I
remember them also.
You know what's up.
Otherwise, because I don't remember any other character's name any other time. Like when we were talking about Young Avengers, and I was like, "What's that character's name?"
Yeah.
And that guy
Who's
was
that guy?
like, "Y'all just read this, and you say this,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
love this character, but you don't."
We were
remember
both
their
like,
name.
what was it? Love that. I feel like we have a joint
Yes.
amnesia when it comes to like character names though, because you'll be like, what's the name? And I'm like, oh no. And then I try to find it and it doesn't
Donald.
work.
We're all panicking.
Yeah.
opening. I don't know.
Times.
We read
Good
too many damn
times.
books. How am I supposed to remember everybody's names?
I know.
I still haven't dropped all the info from Hick vendors, and I've been trying.
Oh my gosh.
Been trying.
Never again.
Never again.
Never again.
People are gonna think we hate that book. I don't hate it. I hate the emotions I went through.
I very much don't like it. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Also, we had some other things going on with that, didn't make it
that's true.
enjoyable. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
One day we'll do our tell-all, like our
Oof.
VH1 behind the music, but it's like I don't know, behind the YouTube very, very small time YouTube.
Yeah. We'll get
That's
5
true.
views.
Listen, you guys, that's why we have Gabby. Gabby
Yes.
will remember everyone's names for
Thank
us.
you, Gabby, for
Gabby
that.
is the true note taker.
She knows what's up. She's like, I want to be prepared. And we're like, where are we?
Yeah. She's like, I love doing shows with you guys. And we're like, we don't have any structure.
At least we have topics, right? At least we know
You know
what we're
We do
reading.
topics. Real topics.
And we're reviewing.
We are on time.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Like, there's only a couple
Sometimes
times we have been on time.
there's other people who
Do we
aren't,
change
you
our
know.
schedule often? Yeah. But are we
Yeah.
on time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that matters.
It does.
That matters.
All right. Well, Maddie and Kristan sipping on tea ready to spill. We'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Well,
kidding me? We'll tell you.
we'll jump into your messages.
So, thank you all for a good night, and thank you for sticking with us as we, at the end of the show. Just show. Oh, real quick, we have a question about this month's schedule.
Yes.
So we discussed it before last week. I have forgotten what we said. So
I wrote it down and I just tried to grab that notebook, which is when I moved the books across the camera, and then it fell. So it's out of my reach now.
Okay, well,
I did write some stuff down.
Regardless, I know we decided, but can we decide to read Scales and Scoundrels?
Yeah. Do you want to do that coming up?
Sure. All right, so the
Can do that.
12th, well, not the 12th, the next show, which we will decide once we figure out her schedule,
Yeah.
will be Scales and Scoundrels. Afterwards, we had discussed reading something in particular that I forgot.
We talked about Juliet Takes a Breath at one point.
We did. But I feel like it's short. We need to put it in the book.
Right. And we talked about, I wish I could, you know what? Hold on. I think my feet can grab that. Here we go. Here we go. Got it. Okay, we got it. You got it. Okay. Last time I wrote down. Okay, I wrote down some stuff for October. That's not it. Rose was one.
Oh yeah, Rose.
3 volumes of Rose, and the Leia and Han solo minis we were talking about. Those are 2.
How about this? Let's do Scales and Scoundrels.
Okay.
And the week after, let's do Rose 1 through 3 because I have it right here.
Okay, I'm in.
It'll be a very fantasy month. I think it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then next month will be our spooky month.
Love this. Love this for us.
Me too. I also need to decide already our schedule for this month. I haven't. I'll decide tomorrow. Which is not good because they'll be showing Tuesday.
I mean, if you want to invite me to one, I don't know. Maybe
I would love that. It would save me a lot. Let me know what your schedule is so I can.
I'll be off. Well, yeah. Let me double check it because I do work some Tuesdays, but some Tuesdays I'll be off.
Let me know which Tuesdays you're free.
Yeah, everyone watching, I'll be working weekends, very long weekends for a while. So we'll figure that out. But it's probably be day shows during the week if we can make it work.
Yeah, that's fine.
Check out our Twitter at Fangirlz Live, where we will update you on our schedule.
Yep.
And also check out In Stock Trades Tuesday for our pick of the month discounted book. I just gotta throw it in there again. Buffy Deluxe Volume 2. I believe it's Hellmouth. Yep. So that's exciting.
Yay. All right, have a good night, everybody. And if you have a holiday tomorrow, enjoy it, I hope.